Washington, D.C. is the latest flashpoint for US President Donald Trump's election pledge to crack down on crime and immigration. America's capital has seen an increase in law enforcement in recent weeks, but Sky News has witnessed immigration raids, arrests, and escalating community tension.
It's 7 a.m. in Washington's Mount Pleasant neighborhood. We'd set out to see for ourselves what law and order now looks like in today's America.
You don't need to do this.
We hadn't expected it would take just 5 minutes and 2 blocks to find it. But this is now happening daily.
I'm observing what you're doing.
You can observe right here. Don't cross the street.
The agents are from ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, here on the orders of the president.
You have to stand up to the people who are telling you to do this because it's wrong.
Their targets are Latino workers. It's one strand of his law and order blueprint for America.
Sir, do you have someone I can call? You have a family you want them to know?
And it is blunt.
Get her out of here.
Get her out of here, he says to a neighbor woken by the commotion.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
The surge of federal law enforcement agents into America's capital has been unprecedented, and their powers are too.
So it's just gone 20 past 7 in the morning. What appears to have happened is that the authorities have pulled over this truck here. They have detained, we think, 3 people from them. They've removed them, put them into these unmarked police vehicles here, and they will be taken away. It's causing a huge amount of upset with the locals here. Have a look.
A mask? Gestapo.
Ouch!
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, get out.
Get out!
They've arrested your co-workers.
Yeah. I have people, but, you know, my partners, they don't.
Detained because they were not able to prove on demand as they went to work whether they are here legally.
So we just ran into a local guy here who's had a tip-off that there is a raid happening a couple of blocks over here. So we're just going to see, you can see the flashing lights down here.
You did not train to do this. This is not what we're meant to do.
The officers are at the entrance to an apartment block.
Traitor.
They appear to be from various agencies and the city police too, who are now also under the authority of President Trump. This time, they are heavily armed.
How are you feeling, ma'am?
I'm sick. This is not this country. It's not what we're about.
Can you tell us who you're looking for? What's the job you're up to here? Are these immigration raids?
On this occasion, no one is arrested, and they are in the end literally shouted out of the street.
Does this community anger make you feel upset,
I
worried?
have nothing to say, sir.
But the community anger here is visceral.
No comment. Okay.
If this is the plan for Democrat-run cities across the country, well then the weeks ahead look divisive indeed.
You.
Mark Stone, Sky News.
Let's go to Chicago because Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, potential presidential contender, I might add, so keep an eye on that one, as well as Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, have both called off the president, sending in the National Guard to help the city's crime crisis. Now, remarkably, this is what the mayor, Brandon Johnson, said about sending more criminals to jail.
We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
But I couldn't believe that CNN let this go to air because apparently some Chicago locals do endorse the move for military intervention.
my first reaction was that this is a good thing. I think that the governor as well as the mayor should be on board with it just so we can get a bit more of security in Chicago the way that we need.
The crime has dropped since 2024. Do you feel like the city feels safer?
No, not at all.
Christian, Chicago's got one of the highest murder rates in the United States, if not the highest. Why would anyone be against lowering the crime rate?
Yeah, it's weird, and of course, you know, they're manipulating the figures, and you know, if the mayor doesn't want to put people in jail, maybe we should just do what Singapore does and cane some lower level prisoners, and then they can go on their way. Just partially joking there. Incarceration works great. Police crackdowns work great. It's what Rudy Giuliani did to make New York safe, to clean it up after the 70s and 80s and decades of decay. And everyone said, oh, if you crack down on crime, it just moves from one area to another. It just wasn't true. Actually, if you crack down on crime, you crack down on crime. And there's, you know, I think one important point here is if Donald Trump can prove, again, what Rudy Giuliani proved in New York, if he can remind voters of that, then this is sort of the last vestige of Democrat power are these cities. There's really no city that's run by a Democrat or by a Republican, maybe the exception of Miami currently. It is a Democrat stronghold, and unlike other Democrat constituencies that Trump has chipped away at, like Hispanics, black men, you know, virtually everyone but Karens, frankly, that if he starts to pull political support from these Democrat machines in the cities, then the Democrats really have nothing left. And just final point, yeah, when you go and talk to actual people in these cities, not the politicians or the aging white hippies, liberal white hippies, but actual citizens who have to deal with crime, they're in favor of the crack.